Yeah, guys, it cut off on me again. That's fine. So I'm here to continue on that. So, all right, we got two more parts after this and one more. That way I'll call it a day. This is like just the whole video I'm making for today. This is it, because this is already over an hour-long video. This is ridiculous. Well, altogether they are. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, Arcanine and Vileplume, they both hit the battlefield. Ash is ready to go. Oh, wait, guys, hold on one second. So Erica here, now she's going to be going all out in her fights, and so is Ash with his. But Arcanine here has been training vigorously. Ever since Ash evolved his Growlithe, well, hold on. Sorry about that. Growlithe has always felt inferior to Ash's other fire type, which was Charmeleon, going into Charmander. Charizard. What is wrong with me? So it tried very hard to keep up with Charizard, and in its own perspective, it actually is very much up there. But still, this Charizard here is nothing to play with. Arcanine would still lose the fight, but it's good to know that it actually would still try to fight against Charizard, which is good. Now, let's get to it. As the battle would begin, Ash would call for an extreme speed, and Arcanine would immediately blitz Vileplume and hit it a whole bunch of times without Vileplume even knowing what happened. So Erica would be massively confused as to how this happened, because holy Arcanine is just his Arcanine is just really fast. Ash came here prepared. He knew exactly what was gonna happen, and and he wanted to make sure that Erica could not surprise him. So with that being said, she's going to see a lot more of his power. All right, Arcanine, let's show her. Go use Outrage. As now, Arcanine's eyes become a crimson red color as Arcanine charges at Vileplume, hitting it savagely with wild and powerful attacks, causing Vileplume to get hit straight into the battlefield, into the wall, almost into the stands. As when Erica tells Vileplume to get up, to call for a rock tomb to actually try to get it to slow down, Arcanine wanted to defeat it right now with Flare Blitz. And immediately once that happened, oh Jesus Christ! Immediately it happened. Arcanine, coated in flames, rushed out at Vileplume, hitting it dead on with Flare Blitz, knocking it clean out. Erica is massively surprised. She didn't expect Ash to come with this level of firepower, but yet she hasn't even been able to take down one of his Pokemon. But that all changes now with this last one. And Ash recalls his Arcanine, as he says the same thing. This last Pokemon here will show her... Oh, dang, it's about to rain outside. Okay, well, good thing I'm inside. But, okay, anyway, good thing he saved the best for last, because after this Pokemon, she won't know what hit her. As she recalls her Vileplume, and she throws out her ace, as Ash calls for his ace. As Erica, Venusaur, you're up. Charizard, I choose you! So yeah, guys, this giant motherfucking beast would hit the battlefield. Holy, and no way. Erica would be completely shocked as to what she see. And Misty, Brock, Meow, even Erica's followers are shocked to see this Charizard. What the heck? Ash would say this Charizard was bred from his father's Charizard. Supposed to be an ancient alpha shiny Charizard. Holy. They say that they say the name back then was called Raging Inferno. Burning Fury or Raging Inferno. You know what? Nah, but I'm gonna call it Berserker Flame. Yeah. Oh, that's its ability, Berserker Flame. But yeah. This Charizard is literally the size of an actual motherfucking dragon. Holy crap. I probably should have made it bigger just to show how scale it was. But nah, this is huge. This is huge enough, guys, because holy crap. This Charizard is oh my lord. I don't even know. I just know it's large. It's large AF, man. Yeah. So, dang. With that being said, Erica was completely stunned by what she sees. And if you guys forgot the ability, Ash's Charizard has the ability called Raging Inferno or Berserk or something like that. Basically, the more like the longer you fight Charizard, it will progressively get stronger, like the Hulk. Basically, bigger and stronger the angrier you make it, and the more you fight. And every time it knocks out a Pokemon, it gets basically an Omni boost in all of its stats, like attack, speed, defense, special defense, special attack, even HP goes up like just by a little bit. So yeah, there's this Charizard was red, and it's also shiny. I know it's not, black at all, but I couldn't really find a shiny version of this Charizard anywhere. So just roll with it, okay? Okay. And it's the same typing as its Mega Evolution. It's a dragon and fire type, or a fire dragon type. So this is legitimately scary here. But oh god, when this Charizard Mega evolves, guys, you are not gonna believe the typing I've come up with for this thing. So anyway, the first thing that happens is this. Like Ash just said, does Erica still want to battle? And Erica says yes. Well, I tried. Charizard? Alright. Let's end this in one move. Use Eruption! And immediately Charizard would coat itself in like a drag. Basically, Charizard would look like Kaido in his like raging dragon form. Charizard would be coated in flames, almost to look like lava. And immediately it would erupt almost like a volcano, spreading flames everywhere and shooting it at Venusaur, completely overtaking the Pokemon, and a giant explosion would happen. And once it's all said and done, Venusaur would completely be knocked out. No way anybody's surviving that. Yeah, Venusaur was knocked out, and Ash had won the battle. So now Ash had calmed down, and Erica just said, well, he used so much force to knock out Venusaur. Ash just said, you could have given up at any point in time. I asked you, did you want to keep going? And you said yes. So I did nothing bad on my part. So, yeah, that was utterly ridiculous what just happened there. But anyway, besides all of that, well, the next thing that happened is Ash would get his 4th gym badge, the Rainbow Badge. And now we finally get to move on to to Ash's 5th badge. So, okay, yeah, 3rd, that's just 4th and 5th. All right, once he gets Koga's badge, then I'll stop it for real. And the next time I post about this what if, it will I'll try to get more videos like this out. And I'll try not to make them be split up into different parts. But let's see. All right, let's move. Alright guys, so as I promised, after this, we would do some mini-sodes. So while that... Anyway. Oh wait, hold on guys, I think it's raining outside. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it's raining outside. Anyway, so I promised some mini-sodes, so I'm going to do that now. So while that was happening, Ash gets, basically, Alright. So they make it to a Pokemon Center, and Ash calls his mom. And basically, his mom goes on a whole shtick about how they're going to be going... How she got... some tickets to go on the SS Anne, but she isn't really planning on going on a trip anytime soon. And Misty offers that they can go instead, and she says very well then, and she sends the tickets over to them. Yeah, guys, since I haven't gotten this part done yet, I'm gonna need to get this significant team member that Ash is going to be getting. So while this stuff is pretty much happening right now, they trek their way back to Vermilion City and get on the SS Anne. And Ash here would... Oh, also Ash would end up getting his his Kadabra. Thankfully he traded with Brock in order to get it, transform it into an Alakazam. So I'm saving Scyther for the Johto series, guys. So Scyther will become a Scizor in the next series. But as of right now, Ash has an Alakazam. But also getting on the SS Anne, this guy here was portraying Pokemon. Ash doesn't have Butterfree to trade at all, so it's fine. But anyway, this guy said he's giving a very rare Pokemon that grows into a very strong one. And Ash would walk over, and because he's still somewhat of an idiot, so he would kind of fall for this, but it's fine though. And this guy said he's giving away a very rare Pokemon just for a healthy sum, just for a healthy sum for this comeuppance. As Ash would take him up on his offer, as his next mod he would get. Alright, I'm going to change Alakazam, and I'm going to put Scyther in the box for right now. and in exchange for this Pokemon, and you guys probably should know who it is because James had it for like, well, a solid second. As this Pokemon here ends up being a golden Gyarados. As Ash would say, thanks for this Pokemon here. And so anyway, with that situation, Ash would take his new team member and continue. Oh yeah, I forgot to change the Kadabra into Alakazam. All right, let me do that real quick. So that Magikarp is on his team, and Ash got his Alakazam. So with all this commotion going on, you know, the Sazan eventually does crash or whatever, and then eventually it does sink. So thankfully, Ash just has his main Pokemon of 6 out here. But thankfully, Pidgeot is huge enough, so Ash sends out Pidgeot to see if there's anyone around. And Pidgeot doesn't really see anything but ocean for miles, except it does see land, which is an island. And so Ash just looks for any Pokemon he has in his party. Like, Pidgeot's a flying type, but they don't really have a sail to kind of help push them or anything like that. So he checks all of his Pokemon. Mew? No. I mean, well, Team Rocket's right in front of him. He doesn't want to show that. Charizard? Well, that would be a good option because Charizard could carry everybody. That would probably lead to... This is a water territory, and Charizard wouldn't be able to fit on this raft. Because Charizard's way too huge to be fitting on this raft. Arcanine, that's a no. Even though it can run on water, because we've seen it do that, which is weird. Alakazam, even though it has psychic abilities, he's not sure if his psychic abilities are strong enough to lift like 5 whole people. Oh my lord! Like, wait, there is one Pokemon he has. Magikarp, I choose you. As Ash throws out his Magikarp. Oh wait, hold on, I gotta change the scenery real quick. As Ash would throw out Magikarp onto the water. As everyone would be wondering, why the heck did Ash waste his money on getting such a useless Pokemon like that? Well, Misty should know not to chastise the goddamn Magikarp. But Ash just said, don't listen to the Magikarp. I still believe in you. Okay, Magikarp. Now listen here. All I need you to do is to push this raft toward that island over there. You think you can handle it? As Magikarp just keeps flopping in the water, and then finally it goes under the water. I think you got the message. Like, he didn't get any, like, Team Rocket just chastised Ash. You wasted your money on a useless Pokemon like that. What a joke. Like, you guys can chastise me all you want, but I believe in Magikarp. As Magikarp would come up out of the water behind the raft now, and actually is pushing the raft with its head. But it's a slow progress. Like, and Team Rocket starts to complain, can't this Pokemon push any faster? Hey, he's doing the best he can. Like, well, obviously the best isn't enough. Oh, Lord. Like, James, don't you have a Magikarp? Like, oh yeah, watch, mine is better. As James throws out his Magikarp, and it's, you know, the regular red Magikarp. Wait, how come yours is golden and mine is red? That's because mine is better. Because mine is special. Yeah, right. Come on. Help that Magikarp push this raft. And James Magikarp isn't really doing anything. Like, you good for nothing fish. I don't want to be your new master. As he kicks Magikarp like farther into the ocean. Good riddance, Magikarp. Like, that's pretty sad. It's it's gonna be an alone Pokemon. But then, okay, Ash's Magikarp, seeing that Magikarp get kicked, and James Magikarp, upon the stress of being kicked, actually triggers 2 evolutions right away. Like, whoa, they're both evolving. Look. As James Magikarp becomes the blue giant Magikarp that we see, but Ash's Magikarp becomes the golden Gyarados. I know, guys. I know Gyarados' shiny is actually red. You guys don't have to chastise me for it. I know it's supposed to be a red Gyarados, but come on. I just, you know what, I'm adding just my little own spice into this as well. So please don't hurt me in the comment section below. I know it's red. I know shiny Gyarados is red, but I just want to, like, but come on, golden Magikarp, a golden fish. I just want it to become just a golden Gyarados. All right, just this once. Just let me have this. Okay. Anyway. James Gyarados becomes regular blue, but Ash's Gyarados becomes a golden Gyarados with, oh my god. What the heck? As everyone can't believe what the heck Ash just has, and now Gyarados lifts Ash's friends onto its head, while James's Gyarados like, hello, my name's James, your new master. But oh lord, James's Gyarados didn't take too kindly to it kicking it. But since Ash always believed in his Magikarp, his Gyarados fully trusts him, and it lets him onto his head, so that way they can go to the next island. But yeah, then and it leaves Team Rocket there, and then James's Gyarados and the other Gyarados from then just uses like their Twister attack to basically send Team Rocket flying. Wow. So, in this one, they actually don't end up losing their Pokemon. Ash just recalls Gyarados back to its Pokeball. Now we got an amazing new member. Awesome. So with that being said, okay, you guys got that. That problem is solved right there. I just wanted Ash to do that so we can get a Gyarados right there. Because, come on now, Gyarados is awesome. And because and Ash doesn't really have that many water types on his team. He only has like 3. He only has, like 3, honestly. He has Poliwrath. He has Vaporeon, which he didn't, and Blastoise. In which all 3 of them he did not have with him on the SSN. So having that Magikarp there was perfect for Ash right there. Like the only chance to actually use it. So, with that being said, it was an amazing thought right there, and a perfect plan. So, now on to the next thing. We get to move on to Koga's badge. Alright, the last badge we're going to get through. Let's do this. So finally, on their way back to Fushisa's city, getting themselves back over there, Ash finds himself all the way back in the midst of it, and then he sees that there's a Safari Zone where he can catch a whole bunch of other Pokemon. Like, nice. So Ash says he's going to spend some time in that Safari Zone for a little while, and ask if the other guys want to come with them, if Misty and Brock wants to come with them too. But they say no thanks, they're just going to stick out here for a while. Well, more for me, as Ash basically just now runs in there, and Ash ends up getting, okay, I'm trying to think, oh yeah, he ends up getting the 30 Tauros like usual, but also, one of the Tauroses was a shiny, so which Ash decides to keep for himself, and he also catches one of a very rare Pokemon. As I said, he didn't get this back in Celadon City, so I'm giving it to him now. He also gets a Dratini. Did you come so fast for? I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me. I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me. Oh. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. 180 no skip. I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Ready. Can't give her what I don't got. Can't give her what I don't got. No, you don't. No, you don't. You think you know. Oh, he does. Oh, he does. You honey dick the funk out of me, bro. Just take it off, bro. It ain't worth the. You do one more. Stop throwing this shit. And what if it actually fucking cuts me, bro? Yeah, I'm joking. Fucking shit. No, you ain't cutting my fucking finger. That's you ain't do that with y'all. Do it with y'all finger. Feels an attachment toward it. 11:30. Oh crap, it was recording that whole time? Dang. I did not even notice that it was recording that whole time. Dang, so the whole time I was just trying to get Pokemon references that I was looking. Well, that's fine. Ain't really nothing to see anyway. Well, if you guys probably saw, you saw me look for Dragonair a whole bunch of times, and I finally I also got right on. But that's for like a later time in the story after this battle. So Ash, I went to the Safari Zone. He got Dratini. He had also gotten the 30 Tauros, but he kept one for himself because it was shiny, the one that he's going to be using for his main team. And also, he had gotten a Slowpoke from fishing. So, in all around, Ash has become a pretty good and competent type of trainer. But all right, here we go. After all this part here, so let's finally get to the gym battle and get it done. So Ash have finally went into Koga's gym, and here we go. The final battle of this part here. Ash's third gym badge of this part. I thought it was going to be 4 parts because I thought the thing was going to cut off on me again. But in case it does, I put 4 out of part 5 for a reason. Anyway, so with this being said here, Koga is happy to face somebody like Ash because he hasn't really gotten a challenge in a while ever since, well, this other different kid came out here. But still, he was also arrogant. And Ash knew that this had to be Gary. But besides all of this here, they're here for a battle between Koga and Ash. So let's begin. Now, start the battle immediately. Ash would have to reserve his very heavy hitters for the last part here. But as of right now, Koga's trying to reserve his Pokemon as well. So, immediately they both throw out their high flyers. Pidgeot, I choose you, Golbat. It's time for action. Oh, come on, it's still recording? Okay. Anyway, as the battle begins, they both start off very light here. Ash would start off with a very heavy move. Pidgeot, use Heat Wave! As Pidgeot would flap its wings, and a massive heat wave would engulf the entire stadium, hitting Golbat head on. But Golbat would take it. Alright, use Sludge Bomb! As Golbat would immediately start shooting sludge out of its mouth. But Pidgeot saw this coming. Ash thought so. Pidgeot, use Mirror Move! Yep, Mirror Move. Ash had swapped out Hurricane. He kept Sky Attack, but swapped out Hurricane for a Mirror Move. Which mimics the opponent's moves. So Pidgeot also uses Sludge Bomb, and they both neutralize each other. Like, oh, okay, Pidgeot, you ready? As Pidgeot is ready, and now Ash calls for a Sky Attack. But Koga uses Confuse Ray to confuse Pidgeot. Oh no. Now with Pidgeot being confused, with it flying up and it coming straight for Golbat, Ash told Pidgeot to close its eyes. Like, okay, Pidgeot, now fly up in the air again. And now twirl it in a circle as Pidgeot twirls and it comes back around. Like, now Pidgeot, go for it! As Pidgeot dives and it hits Golbat with an all-powerful Sky Attack, causing massive damage. Now this here is something very great. But and then Koga would call for Ash would say use Mirror Move last time, and now Pidgeot will be the one using Confuse Ray, hitting Golbat and confusing it. Now Koga would call for a Sludge Bomb, but Golbat would end up hurting itself in the process. And Ash would tell Pidgeot to finish it off with Heat Wave, causing it to be another Heat Wave, hitting Golbat and knocking it out. You have a burnt bat now. Koga would congratulate Ash. If you were all incompetent trainers always fall to his Golbat, but he can see that Ash is the real deal. So it's time to step it up a notch. Nidoqueen, it's time for action. As now Koga would send out his Nidoqueen. And Ash knew immediately where this was gonna go if he kept in Pidgeot. So with that being said, he recalled Pidgeot. Koga said, tactical and very smart. And because Ash know what Nidoqueen can learn, because its move pool is the same as Nidoking. And Ash, having one, knows exactly what they're capable of. So he has to send out a heavy hitter. But that's fine. He was hoping he could save this one, but it's okay. Poliwrath, I choose you! So Ash sends out his Poliwrath. Here we go. So, the two battles would begin as Koga would immediately call for Nidoqueen to use a Thunderbolt. And Ash knew he was going to use that on Pidgeot. But that's fine, because Poliwrath is strong in his own right. He told Poliwrath to use Protect, and Poliwrath would protect itself from it. And now, immediately, he would tell Poliwrath to go and use Waterfall. And boom! Immediately, Nidoqueen would be hit with the super effective Waterfall. But they're not done yet, as Ash tells Poliwrath to quickly use, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, Dynamic Punch. Poliwrath would wind its fist back, but Ash was gambling on this move here, because he knows how much of Dynamic Fist can actually miss. But through all of the stipulations, it actually hit Nidoqueen square in the face, causing it to actually be confused. And when Koga called for a Thunderbolt, Nidoqueen had actually shocked itself, but thankfully it's immune to its own effects, though. But still, Poliwrath, it wasn't going to let up. Ash told Poliwrath to go and use Ice Punch, hitting Nidoqueen square in the gut. As quickly Koga calls for a for a Gunk Shot, and immediately Nidoqueen snapped out of its confusion and shot Poliwrath straight in the face with Gunk Shot. But thankfully, it isn't poisoned. So now Ash just calls for a Hydro Pump, and immediately, boom! Hydro Pump was shot off, and Koga called for a Thunderbolt, and immediately the two attacks collide. But Ash, thankfully, through all the heavy training Poliwrath has done, it pushes through, and it manages to hit a Nidoqueen square in the face and in its mouth due to all of this, causing Nidoqueen to actually become knocked out. Huh. Koga is actually smiling here. Not many people can get past this Pokemon. If you couldn't get past Golbat, then there's no way you should have gotten past Nidoqueen if you were incompetent. But some lucky few can. Now it's time for him to throw out his next Pokemon. Venonat. It's time. Oh yeah, Venomoth. It's time for action. Sorry guys, I got the Venoms mixed up. So as Venomoth comes on out, Ash was really thinking here, like, does he want to keep Poliwrath in? Even though Poliwrath could potentially win, he doesn't know what Venomoth could potentially have. But still, it's a poison and it's a bug poison type. It's a water fighting. Poliwrath, Ash thinks on this, but Poliwrath gives it a thumbs up that it wants to keep fighting. And so Ash agrees to this. And so immediately Venomoth Koga started calling for agility and I'm trying to think. Dang. Okay, it's calling for agilities to make its to make its evasiveness rise. And Poliwrath saw this coming, and Ash immediately called for Ice Punch, and it kept and time after time Poliwrath kept missing. Dang, this is not good. Until Koga now called for a Sludge Bomb, and Ash saw his opportunity. He told Poliwrath to run in for the Ice Punch, and Poliwrath had to tank the Sludge Bombs to hit Venonat square in the face. And Venonat's defense is basically paper, so one Ice Punch was all it actually took to knock out the Venonat. But Poliwrath ended up being poisoned because of this. I know I haven't really given Mew that much action, guys, but I'm about to. Don't worry, the next gym battle, it's the Psychic Gym, and Mew's going to have to join in for this one. So Venonat's been knocked out, and now Koga recalls his Venonat back. Neat. Alright then. This is, like, he tells Ash to get prepared, because now this is where the battle starts to get intense. As he winds his Pokeball back, as he calls for his next Pokemon. Muck, it's time for action. Nidoking, I choose you! As Ash would throw out Nidoking and Koga would throw out a Muck. Ash knew exactly what was going to happen here. So he wanted to get it done quickly. But Koga was happy about this. As he told Muck to use... this is just going to suck, man. As now, since Koga really had no chance of winning, he told Muck to use Minimize. Minimize. Yep, he's going for that strategy. But thanks to Ash mastering Nidoking's Earth moves, he managed to get his hands on one move that's a surefire one-hit KO. Nidoking, use Fissure! Wait, what? As Nidoking would clasp its arms together and bang, punch the ground, the entire stadium would crack open as Muck would fall in, and it's a literal one-hit KO if it hits you. So, sadly enough, Muck was knocked out with one hit. And Koga had to recall Muck as quick. And now, Ash recalled the Nidoking. Koga was surprised because he didn't think Ash knew that technique. And only ones of true mastery knows how to use Nidoking's ultimate technique. But this is where his journey is going to end here. As now, he calls for his next Pokemon, and Ash does so too. Like Weezing, it's time for action. Alakazam, I choose you! As the two would throw out their teams, and Koga could realize that Ash came here fully prepared to take on his poison types. Ash would say his father had warned him about the upcoming gyms even though he hasn't seen his dad ever since he started his journey in a while. One thing and two for sure is that he's prepared to know about all the gym leaders he's going to come up against, and he comes extra prepared for any type of battle he's coming up against. Well, are you prepared for this move? As Koga doesn't even care, as he immediately calls for his Weezing to use an explosion at full power. As Weezing would now blow itself up, basically the windows of the entire gym would actually shatter, and Alakazam would be caught in the blast, as a complete destruction would happen, utter chaos. As Misty and Brock are standing up in the stands wondering what happened, as Weezing has been knocked out, but Alakazam, thankfully, is still left standing, but it's about to collapse until Ash calls for a recover. And there you go, Alakazam is recovering its health. But Ash ends up returning it to its ball anyway, because, well, he wasn't expecting a move like that. and that would have taken a lot of damage on Alakazam. But Koga said he was hoping that would take out at least one of Ash's Pokemon. See, as you guys can see, as Ash like starts to get more powerful and much more of a competent trainer, his Pokemon don't even get knocked out anymore. Well, not until the last gym, which you guys should know who it's going to be. But anyway, now Koga calls for his final Pokemon, one that he knows Ash is going to have a hard time beating. Oh, really? Until Ash pulls out a Pokeball. He is happy to use this one, as Koga calls for his ace, Nidoking, and so does Ash. Charizard, I choose you! As Koga would now see this famous Charizard, and holy crap! Like, people fail to realize how big this Charizard is. Fire Dragon type, and it's the size of almost an actual dragon. Oh man, this thing is huge. Koga would be shocked at what he's looking at, as Nidoking can't even fathom like how huge this Charizard even is. It almost doesn't even fit in the like in the gym because it's so large. But thankfully Ash doesn't really have to work Charizard too hard, as Ash just says, "Watch this." Like, Charizard, you ready? As Charizard nods its head. All right, use Dragon Pulse, and immediately Charizard will shoots off a Dragon Energy Beam. Like, that even looks like a makeshift dragon, as Nidoking as Koga would call for the big guns, a Hyper Beam right off the bat. As Nidoking would fire off the Hyper Beam, when the two attacks collide, it's not even close. The Dragon Pulse completely overtakes the Hyper Beam, as Ash's Charizard was holding back. But when Ash told it to go full force, the Dragon Pulse completely overtook the Hyper Beam as it hit Nidoking dead on, straight into the face with critical hit damage, causing Nidoking to go falling back, knocked out. As Ash did it, he won his 5th gym badge. And now he won the Soul badge. As now, guys, next time we're gonna move on. It will be the Psychic gym badge, the Flame one, and the Earth badge. Maybe the Psychic and the Fire gym. Maybe I'll save the 8th gym for like a different time, and then the Elite Four and everything else. You know what? Now maybe I'll do all 3 of them next part. That way I can save the tournament and then the Elite Four for like a different time.